Hello, Internet. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. My name is Darren. That's AJ, and this is the DNA Sports Recap.
Roll the intro.
All right, well, let's go ahead and jump right into it. First thing I want to talk about is, did you see exit interview that LeBron James had after the loss in the playoffs there?
I did. I saw his comments that he's got a lot to think about.
Yes.
When it comes to the future of his career.
So did you catch when the ESPN reporter chased him down the tunnel and got some more information from him?
No, I don't think so.
So he said, well, what do you mean by you have a lot to think about? Whether or not I'm going to keep playing. He's like, what do you mean, like next year? And he said yes. So basically kind of off the record, but still on the recording, he said that he's considering. Now, I have my opinions on this, but what are you thinking? What do you think that all meant?
So I think my opinion is probably, I don't see him retiring forever. I could see him taking next year off, helping his health, get back to healthy, and then getting to a point, because obviously after next year, Bronny's eligible for the NBA draft.
Right.
You know, the big thing, like we said in a previous episode, is he wants to play with Bronny in the NBA. That's one of his dreams. Whether that's Bronny's dream or not, completely different subject, completely different video. So I did a little bit of digging into this. If he does retire, the Lakers would most likely place him on the voluntarily retired list. This allows the Lakers to wipe his salary off of their books.
Okay.
And the Lakers would also retain his rights if he does choose to return. The Lakers do their draft pick next year goes to the New Orleans Pelicans.
Right.
I don't think that he returns unless he has a chance to play with Bronny. So I think he could maybe take a voluntary year off, but if he comes back, he's still with the Lakers if he voluntarily retires.
Right, his rights are still controlled by the Lakers.
Yep, exactly.
And then they can say, okay, well, your son got drafted by, let's say, Chicago or something like that. If you want to go play for Chicago, then Chicago needs to make a trade.
Yep.
For LeBron. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Ah, okay. So is that what you think he's doing? You think he can potentially retire for a year?
I don't know. I think it's definitely a potential, dude. I mean, I think this playoff run probably weighed on him a little bit more than he was really kind of wanting to let on. I mean, LeBron James isn't in his early 30s anymore. He's in his late 30s.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you got to ask yourself, this wasn't on LeBron, man. Like, where'd the rest of this team show up that actually played very well down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, when Austin Reeves is your next biggest contributor, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So what was your idea?
I think this is just, executive LeBron doing his thing to try and shape the league the way he wants it. Yeah. He knows that his last chance to probably win a ring in LA is going to be next season. And he just was proven that even though he gives it his all, he's not enough to carry a team to the finals by himself. And the supporting cast he has right now also isn't enough. AD is hit or miss. Yeah,
AD's not the guy that's going to carry any team to a championship.
Austin Reeves did a great job.
But he's a second-year player.
Second-year player, and their second-best player on the court most of this playoff run. Let's be honest, but there is a way that can happen. It would have to involve a signing trade, and it will have to involve Kyrie being willing to give up $70 million in a contract. So, we know he's willing to give up, tens of millions of dollars in a contract if he just simply wants to sit out because of, his own personal beliefs and stuff like that. So he has walked away from money in the past. So in order for him to win another ring potentially with LeBron and sign a contract in a big market, that's the problem. Is LeBron's around for one more year, and then he's off to go play with his kid. But now you're stuck with Kyrie for the next 3 seasons after that. So you kind of have to. I mean, that's kind of crazy. That's
the worst thing that's going to happen to you as the Lakers if you can get Kyrie, is you're stuck with an all-star, top 10 potential player for the next 3 seasons
when he decides to play.
Well, I guess that's the issue, right? Okay, I see where you're coming from there. He doesn't decide, if he chooses not to play, you're kind of out of luck there.
Yeah, I mean, Kyrie's a great player. No one, your best ability is your availability, and if you're not on the court, you're no different than you and me.
Agreed. Yep.
So I think it would be a huge swing for the Lakers to try and make that happen. To swing the trade with Dallas. Dallas would sign him. They would trade, and they would trade away that first round draft pick, that one they still have. And they'd also have to give up Jared Vanderbilt and a lot of key players that they don't want to give up.
Oh yeah, Mo Bamba,
yeah.
Malik Beasley, all those guys are going to have to go if they're going to try to get Kyrie.
But you can make it happen. You can make it work. The only two key pieces is A, would the Lakers be willing to trade that first overall protected pick, and would they be willing to do all that, trade all that young talent that helped get them to the playoffs to potentially have one more year of LeBron and Kyrie?
I think that's way too risky.
Yeah, I don't know. Does Kyrie on this Lakers team make any difference?
The thing is it's not going to be this Lakers team. Besides LeBron James currently, Anthony Davis and Christie are the only guaranteed contracts on the Lakers currently.
Right.
So everybody else is on.
Well, they're going to pay Austin Reeves. He's going to get a 5-year contract offer from somebody.
Yeah.
4 year, $50 million, something like that.
Yeah, and he's restricted, so they can match that.
So
yeah,
they'll pay him. I don't think they re-signed D'Angelo Russell.
I don't think so.
Yeah, the only problem, even with that concept, if they have Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Kyrie, AD.
Even if you have all those guys, you have absolutely zero bench depth.
To me, that's what he's doing. Is he's trying to say, okay, look, guys, I'm here for one more year. You need to build a team that's going to carry me, not me carry the team.
Yeah.
And then in the playoffs, I'll do my thing, but I need to have somebody else that can take over a game. And he's been basically begging since before the trade deadline that he wants Kyrie to be playing with him. So I think he's trying to force his hand to make that happen. At least that's my opinion on why he's saying what he's saying.
It's interesting.
We could both be wrong. He could be set to retire. Who knows? You know.
If he's set to retire, I think he comes back to play with Bronny. Just come back healthy, ready to go.
Yeah.
You know,
after a year of healing, and
but then he does come back at 40 years old. He's 38. He's 38 now. He'd miss his his year 39, and then be back at 40 years old to play with Bronny. Which he could come back, and I'm sure he could still be better than 85, 90% of the NBA at that point.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what he said?
That he said that he's still better than 95% of the NBA.
Yeah, actually, statistically, he's not wrong. If you remember the comments, like that just came out of nowhere. He was talking about potentially trying. Oh, by the way, I'm 95% better than the rest of the league. Like it just kind of seemed like it came out of nowhere.
He was just reminding everybody, I'm still LeBron James.
Yeah, out of 400 and something people in the NBA on any given roster, 5% of that is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Sorry, quick math in the comments down below. Let us know. But would you consider LeBron still a top 15 player in the league? Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, easily top 10 still, in my opinion.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't see him doing it. I literally just think he's just trying to force the Lakers to do something with that last pick.